Type 4, double integral in a polar coordinates. So before we start how to evaluate this double integral in a polar coordinates, first let me understand what are the polar coordinates there. One of the coordinate system that you are already familiar, that is a Cartesian coordinate system. This one is a Cartesian coordinate system, or this is the graph paper for a Cartesian coordinate system. With the help of this graph, we can plot any curve here, any curve. For example, suppose we have to plot this curve. Can you tell me how you will plot it? Say, I will say y square is equal to say 2x.
So parabola.
Which
Sir,
type of parabola?
in the first and the third quadrant, fourth quadrant.
Yes, it is which generally we say upper, lower, right hand, left hand. Which one?
Right hand, right hand.
Right hand
Right.
parabola. Okay, opening on the right side, so it is a right hand parabola. That's correct. So this parabola, yes, we can easily, quickly we can draw it. But there is another way to draw the curves, that we can take some sample points. For example, we take x0, y0, we get this point. Then we take next point, say we can take say y is equal to 1, so x is 1 by 2, that way. Or say so okay, so let I make it a simple one. So I will remove that too. So when y is 1, x is 1. Okay, so simple points will get y is 1, x is 1, so this one. Y is minus 1, then also x is 1. Then y is 2, x is 4. Y is 2, x is 4. Then y is minus 2, x is again 4. Y is 3, x is 9. And here also, so we can quickly get the nature of the curve, which is opening on the right side. So this is mainly the parabola, say y square equal to x. Okay, y square equal to x. This one is our parabola. Now, in Cartesian coordinate system, actually to reach any point, okay, suppose we have to reach to any point, say this point, we have to reach this point, and I will say that point is a p x comma y. This is a general point on the parabola. To reach that point, the way we can reach to that point is, first we can move the horizontal distance x. First we can move this horizontal distance x, and then we move to vertical distance as y there. Okay, so we have the way to reach to the point p of xy is horizontal distance x, vertical distance y, and we can get that exactly the point p of xy. Not only that, if we are moving, suppose if we are moving from say first vertical distance y, first this vertical distance y, and then we'll complete the horizontal distance x. Okay, then also we can reach to that point. So indirectly we are moving on the boundary of a rectangle. So when we move on the boundary of rectangle, we can get any point p of xy. Because of that, this coordinate system, Cartesian coordinate system, is also known as rectangular coordinate system. Okay, this name of the Cartesian coordinate system is a rectangular coordinate system. It moves on the rectangle to the or the boundaries on the rectangle. So okay, that is one thing. Now come to the another coordinate system. So let us say we have this p r theta, p of r theta. This is a point. Now the point p can be exactly represented with the help of two values, say r and theta, where theta is obviously the angle with a positive x-axis. Okay, angle measured with a positive x-axis, that is theta, and r is the length on that angle. So suppose I want this point as a p of r theta. What I have to do it, I have to join that if I join that point with origin, that diagonal is r. Okay, this is the r, that length is r, and the angle made by that line is a theta. This is theta. Okay, so we have that theta and r here. So theta is the angle made by that line segment OP with a positive x-axis. R is the length on that angle theta line. Okay, so can you tell me what are the relation between Cartesian and polar coordinates? Yes, what are the relations that we have for Cartesian and polar coordinates?
Sir, r cos theta plus I sin theta.
Yes, r cos theta and r sin theta, correct. So if you observe that right angle triangle is there, so x can be written as r cos theta, y can be given as r sin theta. This is a relation between Cartesian and Cartesian to polar, and this is a very important relation that we require in a type 5. In type 5, when we transform the double integral from Cartesian to polar to evaluate it, these are very important relations. We are going to use it. These are known as a transformation actually. Okay, transformation from Cartesian to the polar. Okay, so you keep in this mind. Now just we seen whenever we have to plot the curves like y square equal to x, we can use this graph paper, and it is very helpful to us to draw these curves y square equal to x type, because that time we can quickly get these points, okay, like this, and we can say, okay, we can draw that parabola quickly. So this is a very quick way we can draw this y square equal to x if we have the Cartesian graph paper available. Similarly, there is a polar graph paper which is used to draw the polar curves. Now, what are the polar curves first? These are the equations which are only in terms of r and theta. Okay, they are in r and theta there. So let I show the polar graph paper first. So the polar graph paper will look like this. This is the graph paper of a polar curves. So in the polar curves, first of all, this entire plane is divided in these angular lines that are known as radial lines also. Okay, and concentric circle. That is not like Cartesian plane. In Cartesian plane, entire plane is divided by vertical and horizontal lines there, so that rectangles are created there. Here this circular regions or sectors are created there. First of all, name of positive this x-axis, name of x-axis is now a initial line. This is known as initial line. Initial line. And what is initial line? That theta is a 0 degree. Okay, theta equal to 0 degree is the initial line, and this line is known as theta equal to pi by 2, which is the line perpendicular to initial line. This line is perpendicular to initial line there. So instead of x and y axis, many times it is referred as initial line and perpendicular to initial line. So that is the words sometimes you will come across. Then when let I write one polar curve first, equation of one polar curve. Say I have to draw this r equal to 4 cos theta. R equal to 4 cos theta. Now when we this, if you observe this equation carefully, this equation is a relation between r and theta only. So this is the polar equation. This is the polar equation first, and we have to draw that curve. Anyone guess what it will represent? R equal to 4 cos theta. Just when I said y square equal to x, everyone answered me it is a right hand parabola. Right hand parabola. So if I say r equal to 4 cos theta, what you will think?
You can try to plot it.
Okay, yes, we will plot it. Definitely will plot, but just I'm
Sir, will it be a circle?
yes, correct. The answer is a circle only, but we'll see how it is a circle now and why it is, and that you have to remember again, just like parabola also. Now to draw the polar curves, what we have to do again, we can take some sample points. Just like in Cartesian, we put x0, we get y0, x1, y2. Okay, like that we get a points. Same thing, replace thetas there. Thetas are just angles, so replace theta by 0. What is cos 0?
1,
1.
4,
So
r
r
equal to
is a
4.
4. Okay. So the first point we get 1, two, this is to say 1 unit, 2 unit, 3 unit, and 4 unit. So the first point I get here, which is actually the coordinate of that point, that is r is a 0. Sorry, my mistake. R is a 4. R is 4 and theta is 0. So all the coordinates I'm going to write in the form of r comma theta. Okay. So the first point we got here. Next point. Let I
2 root
replace
2.
pi by 4. Okay, 2 root 2. That's the correct answer. If we replace pi by 4, we get 2 root 2. So the next point you get somewhere here. This 1 unit, 2 unit and 2 root 2. So this is actually 2 root 2 comma pi by 4. That is the next point. Then pi by 2. If you replace theta as pi by 2. On this line,
0.
theta equal to pi by 2. You get it is a 0. Very good. So the coordinate of this point are 0 comma pi by 2. Is it a 0? Yes, correct. 0. Let I replace 3 pi by 4. 3 pi by 4 now. This is actually a pi by 4. And this is 3 pi by 4.
Sir, minus 2 root 2.
Yes, it is a minus 2 root 2. Minus 2 root 2 comma 3 pi by 4. But remember, whenever r is a negative, such points are never plotted there because r is a length that we have to plot on that angle theta. So this is the angle 3 pi by 4. On this angle 3 pi by 4, we have to plot actually this length, and the length is a never negative. So just you have to ignore that length whenever r comes negative. Ignore that points because these are considered as a region of absence. Now in this equation, you clearly observe r depends on cos theta. R depends on cos theta. That means r have the sign of cos theta only. And in which quadrant r is that cos theta is a negative? Which quadrants cos theta is
Second, third.
Second
second and
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 third?
third.
third.
Correct. Second and third is a quadrant where cos theta is a negative. So if cos theta is negative in second and third quadrant, so r is also negative. R is also negative in this second and third quadrant. So I will say this graph does not exist from pi by 2 to 3 pi by 2. This is a pi by 2 to 3 pi by 2. In between that, it is considered as a region of absence. A region of absence. So curve will not exist there because r is negative there. R is negative. But if we go further now, because when we come to the 3 pi by 2, if we replace 3 pi by 2, r again comes 0. So this point actually we got 0 comma pi by 2. Not only that, this point also represents 0 comma 3 pi by 2 also. At 3 pi by 2 also r is a 0. So same point have the two coordinates that only possible in polar. This is not possible in Cartesian you will have only unique coordinate system. In polar, yes, you can say one point may have multiple coordinates in terms of theta only. Theta can change, okay, because how many rotations you are taking that decides. Okay, that way also it is decide. Next, come to the 5. This is not 5, this is 7 pi by 4 now. If you take 7 pi by 4, r comes 2 root 2 again, and you will get this point. This is a 2 root 2 comma 7 pi by 4. Now we have a circle which passes through these 4 points, and that circle is like this. Now this you have to remember actually, because we will not go in the detail. If you want to know why it is circle and like this only, you can take more number of points. We taken theta as a 0, direct 45. You can take 0, 10 degree, 20 degree, 30 degree, 40 degree. You will get multiple points, and then you join it. You will get exactly this circle. What is a special thing about this circle? When you have to draw r equal to 4 cos theta, remember this is circle with a diameter 4 on x-axis. Cos theta indicates it is x-axis. If there is a sin theta, that will be on y-axis. So r equal to 4 cos theta is a circle with diameter 4 on x-axis. So you will see the length of this or diameter is here, and that length of diameter is 4 here. So r equal to 4 cos theta is a circle with a diameter 4 on x-axis. That only you have to remember. This graph paper or how to plot, that is not required anywhere. This just for your understanding. I shown this graph paper. Let I show you the standard curves that you have to remember. Total 6 standard curves that you should remember. Now you'll observe the first curve which we discussed right now only, which is r equal to 2a cos theta. If the equation is r equal to 2a cos theta is there, this will be you have to draw r equal to 2a cos theta is a circle with a diameter 2a, with a diameter 2a on x-axis there, with a diameter 2a on x-axis. Similarly, if we have r equal to 2a sine theta, this r equal to 2a sine theta, then quickly you should draw the circle with the diameter 2a on y-axis. You will observe this length, this vertical length is a 2a. Circle with the diameter 2a. And the lastly, third, if you observe the third one, this is r equal to 2a. This r equal to, sorry, r is equal to a only. R is equal to a is a circle with radius a, center 0, 0. Okay, this is the Cartesian equation. You will observe its Cartesian equation is here. And that equation is x square plus y square equal to a square. Its equivalent equation in polar is this. Only for circle I written both the equation Cartesian and polar. You will observe many of the curves equation becomes so simple in polar as compared to Cartesian. For example, you will observe x square plus y square equal to a square, or these quadratic equations are converted to the linear equation. All these are linear equations. And studying the circle, okay, if you have to study the circle, it's always better to study in a polar domain, okay, in polar domain, so that your calculation becomes so simple there. That is the purpose actually of introducing the polar coordinates here. Few curves becomes so very simple in polar form. There is another curve which is shown on the screen, that is name of that curve is a cardioid. And remember, the name cardioid is given because it is a heart shaped curve. Okay, cardioid means heart here. This is a heart shaped curve. The shape of the curve is like a heart. Again, the equation, the two cardioid are important. This is left hand cardioid and this is right hand cardioid, just like parabola. Why it is a right hand cardioid? Because this length is a 2a. This length is a 2a, which is on left side, which is on the left side there. This here the maximum length is a 2a, and that is on right side. Okay, right side. So it is a right hand cardioid. There are upper cardioid and lower cardioid also. Why it is a lower? Because the length 2a maximum is downward and the length 2a is upward, that is maximum. So it is upper cardioid. Out of that, this right hand cardioid and left hand cardioid you have to remember. And this equation of cardioid is only available in polar form. These equations are not in Cartesian form because they are very complicated equation in Cartesian. Okay, if you want this equation in Cartesian, it's very difficult to first write it and then study it. Okay, so because of that, cardioid only exists in a polar form. This r equal to 2a cos theta. If you want to see how this r equal to 2a cos theta, sorry, r is equal to a1 plus cos theta, my mistake, r equal to a1 plus cos theta, how it is plotted, let I show you the plot of this graph on the graph paper quickly. So here is the graph paper, and let I plot r equal to say I will take a as 4 1 plus cos theta, r equal to 1 plus cos theta. Now can you quickly tell me few values? What is the value of r for theta 0?
4.
4 is not correct answer. What is cos 0? Cos 0 is 1.
Sir, would R be 8?
8. So this is the point we get, 8 comma 0. Okay, 8 0. So this maximum length actually we get on this side, right side. So it is a right hand cardioid there. Next, theta pi by 2. If theta is pi by 2, what is r?
4.
So the next point you will get here, 4. Third, if theta is pi,
0.
0. Okay, so this is, I will write it if you want, 8 comma 0. Next, this is a 4 comma pi by 2. Next, 0 comma pi. And the last, can you tell about 3 pi by 2? Again 4, is it?
Yes, sir.
And now you'll observe out of these 4 points, 8 is a maximum magnitude of r or maximum length of r. So it is a right hand cardioid and you have to just draw it on the right side. Just draw a cardioid passing through these 4 points. So this is the heart shaped curve. You can see the heart shaped curve. That heart is on the right side right now. So this is the right hand cardioid there. Okay. or this length, maximum length r is on the right side there. That way we require, nowhere you have to plot these curves with a graph paper. Remember, it is just we require rough nature of the curve to get the limits for the double integral. So that about a cardioid. The last curve is there, which is a Lemny sketch. I write the equation of a Lemny sketch here. Lemny sketch equation is here: r square equal to a square cos 2 theta. Say I will say r square equal to 4 cos I think r square equal to a square cos 2 theta or cos square theta. Cos 2 theta, I think. Okay. R square equal to a square cos 2 theta. And if this is the curve and this curve is like this, I will draw it directly. And you will observe this is actually the symbol of infinity.
Infinity.
Yes. The graph of r square equal to 4 cos theta looks like infinity symbol, and you will observe this region completely exists between this pi by 4 and it is say 7 pi by 4. So the region exists between 7 pi by 4 to pi by 4, means here r is positive. R is positive there. You will observe this region does not exist between pi by 4 to 3 pi by 4. Okay, in between there is no region. There is no region because r is a negative. R is negative there. We will not go in the detail. We will not go in the detail. Similarly, this side r is a negative. Okay, r is a negative. So that is the region of absence. So actually this lemniscate, name of this curve is a lemniscate. It exists only in this pi by 4 to 7 pi by 4 and 3 pi by 4 to this 5 pi by 4, in between them. Okay, so that's the curve exists there. So that about lemniscate. So these 6 curves only you have to remember. 3 circles. I will repeat the equation. R equal to a cos 2 theta. Sorry, R equal to a cos theta. R equal to a sin theta. Then r equal to a. So that are the 3 circles. We have cardioid, then r equal to a 1 plus cos theta and r equal to a 1 minus cos theta, and the last r square equal to a square cos 2 theta, something like that. So let I show you the lemniscate equation again.
Sir, was circle r equal to 2a cos theta?
Pardon?
Sir, was the equation of circle equal to r equal to 2a cos theta?
R equal to 2a cos theta. Yes, 2a cos theta or a cos theta. Both have the circle only. If I write 2a cos theta, it have the 2a as a diameter on x-axis. If say r equal to a cos theta only, then diameter is a there. Okay, got it?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So that's this is the r equal to s, r square equal to s square cos 2 theta. Yes, r square equal to 4 cos 2 theta, that way. It is infinity curve. Okay, now the last thing for the today's session. Let I tell you the position of the strip in polar form, that only, and we'll see the examples in the next session then. There are two possibilities in the polar form for the region. The region may be touched to the origin. So case 1, it is started with origin here. And case 2, the region started with this curve. Okay, region started from this onward there. So this is, here is no region. So there are two possibilities. Case 1 and case 2. In both the cases, there is one thing common, that entire region exists between minimum and maximum angle. So that is always there. So region is always bounded by minimum and maximum value of the angle. So right now, theta is alpha and theta is beta. Theta is alpha and theta is beta. So if you draw these two lines, say theta equal to alpha line, theta equal to beta line, so region is completely between them. So because of that, outer limits are alpha to beta. Outer limits are alpha to beta. The reason is the entire region is bounded between these two angles. Okay, so always you have to look for minimum theta and maximum theta over that region. That way you get outer limits. So in polar, the order of integration is always fixed. Order of integration is always fixed. That is a dr d theta. It is never d theta and dr. Remember. So outer limits are always of a theta and outer limits are always a constant. Inner limits can be a variable, can be constant. That is as usual. Okay, like in double integral. So outer limits are of theta first. That is the first thing. Next, now to get inner limits, actually we take a strip. Okay, we take a strip. This strip is along the radial direction. You will observe this strip looks like the hand of the clock. This strip is looking like a hand of the clock, where the lower end is fixed here. This end is fixed. It is not moving. Upper end can be dragged. So this can be dragged this side. Okay, you can drag it. So minimum position of that strip is here. Okay, the strip can be start with theta equal to alpha, and then we are dragging that strip up to beta. Okay, so this upper end is varying on this curve. So lower end touches to r equal to 0. This is the lower limit. Upper end touches to this curve r equal to f theta. So upper limit is f of theta. Okay. Now case 2, if you come to that, this end is again fixed. This end is again fixed. If you see the position of a strip here, so strip start touching to this curve here. So f1 theta, strip enters in the region at f1 theta, and it upper end touches to f2 theta. So limits are f1 to f2 theta for r there. Actually, you have to see the lower end touches to which curve and upper end touches to which curve. This is the lower end, this is upper end, and it is touching to some curves there, and the equation of that curves only gives the limits of r there. Is it clear? Any doubt?
Sir, can you please repeat this?
No, sir.
It is just thing, always the outer limits are of theta. Look for minimum and maximum theta over the region. Let I draw one more region. You should tell me what should be the limits. Okay, let I draw it here. Suppose my curve is this equation r equal to a 1 plus cos theta. That's one only, and I want this curve only. I don't want the entire curve there. Okay, I don't want entire curve. I want this curve above the initial line. Above the initial line. So this curve will be, here is a 2a, here is a, and here is a. Okay, so the curve will be like this. And actually, I want above initial line, so above this line only. So there is curve this side also, but actually not required. So the region of integration is this much only. So this is my region. Can you tell me the limits for the double integral? Let me check. What should be the outer limit first? Yes, anyone? I will take a strip along. I will take a strip along radial. Yes, what you say? What is the limits of theta here?
Alpha to beta.
Where is alpha and where is beta in this curve? Because this is no particular curve. No, I given this curve, and this is the region. The region is in front of you. What is the minimum angle over the shaded region, and what is the maximum angle over the shaded region? Where the region starts?
0.
Yes, obviously
Zero.
theta equal to 0 degree.
0 to pi, sir.
0 to pi, and the region ends at theta equal to pi. So outer limits are 0 to pi there. 0 to pi are the outer limits. Okay, and now means this strip we have to draw at theta equal to 0, and then we are dragging it up to theta equal to pi there. That's one. And what about limits of r? Inner end touches to
0.
r equal to 0. Outer end touches to
1 plus cos 2 theta. A 1 plus cos 2 theta.
yes. That's one. That gives a limit. So this is the limit in the
Yes,
polar.
sir, got it.
Okay, so that way we should get the limits. We'll see more examples in the next session, and that time it becomes more clear again. Okay.